The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Regan the Menace in the building. Welcome to the show.
What's going on?
How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm great. Glad you're here. I know you're only here for a short period of time, but glad we got you while you were out here in New York City.
Right.
So we was talking about because I had to start the interview because we was having a good conversation about like Baltimore becoming a big city in hip hop, like on the rise, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why I think it was A1B. I think he was from Baltimore. I had him.
Oh, yeah, he hard.
Yeah, I had him up here. But what we were talking about was you were like, oh yeah, like all the people from like, I guess, quote unquote, like the big cities in hip hop right now, they just get to be home.
Yeah, like when you from Baltimore, it's nothing like that. You say you sign a deal or you rapping, acting, you going to LA, you going to Atlanta, you going to Memphis, you going to Houston, you going everywhere. You can't stay in Baltimore because they know it's not no industry, like ain't shit really going on in there. You gotta go to the big cities where you could touch in with everybody. And you know, you wake up, the whole industry is right there. Baltimore not like that. You gotta get up out of there.
Right. We were just talking about this earlier. Someone was like, "Oh yeah, like they had thought our show was in like Atlanta or something like that, right?" And then their management corrected them. They're like, "No, like New York is like
New York
biggest,
too. Yeah,
New York is like the biggest place for press runs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm sure when your project comes out too, you'll come back, do interviews here at the radio stations, at Audio Max, SoundCloud, everything.
Yeah.
So it's like I guess like when being here in New York, we just don't, or like our artists don't really realize how lucky they are.
Yeah, because it's like, but it's so crazy because like it is an industry city, but it's like it could go very not industry down the block. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's like
course.
very close but very different. It's so weird. It's weird as shit.
What do you think it's gonna take for Baltimore to get there? Or to get to a point, you know, where
I feel like it just gotta be more industry. I feel like people that's becoming artists in Baltimore gotta turn it into that. Like I feel like once I really make it, I could go to Baltimore and try to make it like a industry city. You understand what I'm saying? Start signing artists throughout there. Start trying to do shit there. Start, you know, it's just all it gotta start somewhere.
Right. Is that do you feel like that for yourself? I mean, obviously that's, you know, probably a ways away, but like in the sense of you signing people, but you feel like that's like your further career aspirations?
That's far. I don't see myself signing nobody right now, but
obviously,
like further, like once I get like when I get real big, then that's when I'm gonna start trying to do more shit in the city, like have drives there, have, you know, it ain't really shit going on out there for real like that.
Yeah. I had when A1 came, he like actually sent me a bunch of Baltimore artists and I was like tapping it. It was like upcoming artists and I was like, nah, they hard, bro. Like they have like there's like a lot of talent out there. It's just like, you know, you just need the infrastructure to build that.
It's just the people, it's just like when we from there, it's just like we don't really see too much past it, like cause I was there, like you really gotta you just gotta hop on a flight, go somewhere, just start exploring. Cause if you just sitting there too much, then you just gonna get lost and just like it's so much talent. Like them niggas so raw, so hard out there. Like they just gotta get exposure. They need the platform. That's all they need.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like cities like who are trying to like grow into that level, it just really takes like that one artist to hit like a couple milli views.
Yeah.
And then once that couple milli views come in, then everybody's like, oh, bet. Like, I mean, you could even compare it to like New York drill stuff. Like when the drill stuff first got popular in New York, it just took a couple artists to hit a couple milli, and then now it's just like
that was big.
Now everybody doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
So hey, you could be that person.
Hello.
You are gonna be that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, manifest that.
Yeah.
So how long have you officially been like making music seriously for now?
Okay, so I've been trying to rap like 2019, 2018. I put out a song, but I didn't have my voice. I didn't know nothing. I just put out a song with some plain shit. Me and my homegirl Shy put out a song. It did something. You feel me? That shit, for me, that was big. It had like 10,000 views. My first time, I'm like, oh, I'm turned. So I'm like, okay, I could really do it for real. But I didn't really take it serious till like 2020. I met like a management team. Like this is my first time meeting people actually in the industry. So I met with them and then they put me in them rooms to meet other people. And then I was still like in and out doing what I was doing. But then 2021, I had got shot and then it was like I couldn't do nothing but sit down. So now I'm sitting down. I'm a hustler. Like I want to do shit. I can't just sit down and not do nothing. So now I'm like, damn, what the fuck can I do while I'm sitting? Oh, I'm a rap. Put a mic in front of me while I'm sitting down. And that's how I started really finding my voice and learning my sound and everything. And then I'm telling you, like the whole 2021, I moved down here, the whole 2021, I'm 4 hours every day in the studio, every day, the whole year. And then I finally started getting comfortable learning my voice and stuff.
And that's when you feel like you developed that voice that was different from the voice that you had when you first dropped music.
Yeah.
Because I know we probably can't find a lot of that old music.
Oh, no, you
especially
ain't
on
gonna find none of that. I deleted that quick. You gotta get rid of that. I delete that fast.
I really want to know what your voice sounded like in 2019.
I was rapping, because you gotta think, 2019, I was 16, 17. So I sounded like a little ass girl. I sounded like this. My voice is high as shit. And now that I'm grown, my voice is more like mature. Now I got more mature voice, and it's like, okay, you feel me? You could feel what I'm saying through the mic. Before, it just sounded like somebody was just screaming on the mic.
Right. So, like, a lot of the music you recorded, because, like, you know, you mentioned the time, like, when you got shot and then having to be, like, sitting down and making this music, right? Is all that music well, not all of it, obviously, but is some of that music going to come out? Because I feel like the music that you made during that time is also probably some of your most, like,
Man.
Like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Vulnerable
music. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
That period, that time, that's when I was still finding my voice, though. So, like, when I was rapping about that shit, it didn't really sound good like that because I was still trying to find my voice. But I definitely still got some shit in the cut that is explaining what I was going through. Because I done been through a lot of stuff, and it's so crazy because growing up, I used to be going through so much shit. I'm like, how the fuck can I... Like, this story needs to be told. Like, I'm saying, like, I used to be going through shit like, ain't no way. Like, this not regular. Like, it needs to be a way I could get this story out. Like, this don't happen to everybody. And then I was grateful to have an outlet like that. Like, I'm grateful to have a team, an opportunity to voice my story and say what the fuck I went through and all that shit. So all that's about to start coming out. I've been working a lot. I got a lot of music.
I feel like there's, like, a really good, like, music video in there somewhere with, like, a vulnerable record to kind of show that story.
Hell
and,
yeah.
like, what you went through.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Cause I be rapping so hard all the time. So it's like people don't really think that motherfuckers be going through shit. I'm a person just like everybody else. Yeah.
I would say, also, you talking about being a hustler, like, someone had told me about, like, how you were selling, like, sets in the neighborhood for, like, $10, right?
Yeah, I was doing nails for $10. So I basically was at the grocery store with my mother one day, and she was at Aldi's getting all type of shit. And I went across the street to the little Sally store. I seen some fucking nails kit, and I'm like, well, shit. Because I used to want my nails, and my mom used to be like, that's a waste of money. No, it's not. I'm trying to be a bad bitch. What you mean it's a waste of money? So I straight went over there, got the nail kit, I stole it, and then I went home. I didn't tell her. I went back over there. We went home, and I was trying to do my shit because her and my phone was separate, so I used to have to go to his house. Okay. And I was trying to hurry up and do my nails before I had to go over there. I didn't know what I was doing. That acrylic stuck all to my fingers. I was crying because I didn't think it was ever going to come off. My mother walked in my room like, what the fuck is you doing? And she was laughing like, that's what your stupid ass gets. So then I had this shit left over, and I started doing nails. Like, I went to school, started practicing. Like, I had my homegirls come over my house. I started doing their nails and shit. But then it came to a point where I was getting better, and everybody was like, yeah, bring and do my nails, do my nails. I'm not about to keep doing y'all nails for free. Oh, I need $10 a pop. Yeah, give me something. So they started giving me $10, and then I started banging. I'm talking about I do like 10 people a day, motherfucking $100 a day. I thought I was up. $100 a day. Then motherfuckers at school be like, oh, my nails broke off. What the fuck you thought was gonna happen? $10 for some nails. But yeah, so I started getting better, and then I started going in a shop, and yeah, that's what happened. I got better, started upping the price, and then I started making my money like that off of nails.
So you've always been on this hustler grind your whole life.
Hell yeah. But you know how that shit be. You going to school, can't afford no shoes. Motherfuckers got the new Jordans. You still wearing Converse from 2-3 years ago. Baltimore County school students is not nice. I had to go get me some money, for real. Like, that's what really motivated me for real. I'm like, no, this shit ain't gonna work. I gotta do something.
What were you listening to back then, too?
What was I listening to?
Yeah.
I was listening to all types of shit. I love Jada Kiss. I love Jada Kiss. Like, my father put me on him when I was young. I like the locks. I was listening to Foxy. I was listening to all the OGs when I was young. I ain't gonna lie. I was listening to Nicki Minaj, too. That was before, I think that was before Cardi really came out. Yeah, I was listening to all type of shit.
How do you feel like some of that influenced, like, the music you make now?
I definitely feel like my rap voice is deep. And I feel like that came from me listening to so much Eve and Foxy and shit, because they voice deep as shit. And I like how that sounds. It's more satisfying to my ear hearing a female talking deep, because it just sounds so powerful to me. Like, I don't really like my voice sounding squeaky on the mic, because I just feel like it's just noise.
Like in 2019?
Yeah, 2019. That was noise. That was real noise.
But I'm glad you said like Foxy and Eve because I feel like Foxy and Eve don't always like get their flowers. You know what I'm saying?
love
I feel obviously everybody always mentions Nicki and Lil Kim, which as they should.
Yeah.
But also I think that it's important that you bring up like Foxy and Eve too.
They was some gangsters. They was talking about that real shit for real. They was talking about that real shit back in the day. But yeah, I used to listen to all of them.
Plus I feel like the rap like for a while, people will be like I feel like when I have like New York artists come and rap on the show and like they're like Connie Diamond, like she has a deep voice, right? And people will be like, oh, when with the deep voice, but then like over the course of the past like year and a half, obviously, with artists like Glorilla or Lola Brooke and obviously, of course, the ones that have been here, like, here in New York, Connie Diamond, like, it's become, people like the deep voice, like, it's become a thing where people don't, like, criticize it as much as they
sound
used to.
good.
But it's always sounded good. That's the thing.
Yeah, it sound good. I like how that shit sound.
So with you getting signed, how did that come about?
I ain't had no music out. It's so crazy because I'm pretty sure if I'm not mistaken, I'm the only artist that has ever done that. Got signed with no music out, but I was just around the right people. I was around people that was in the industry and they was hearing my shit and Boo took me to Columbia and they wanted me. So shit, I'm like, this shit crazy. Like not many people get that. So I just feel like I'm real blessed for that because a lot of people don't get that opportunity to just get signed with no music out. They don't know what the fuck they getting into. Like they don't, you could flop. Like they don't know. That mean motherfuckers had a lot of faith in me.
Right, just like even thinking like and looking at the DSP. Obviously, you have 2 songs out now. By the time people see this, another one will be out.
Right.
But like even looking at that and like kind of when I was preparing for this interview, I was like, so did she have like TikTok videos and trailers? And then like I know you had like a lot of previews, and that's like what really sold everybody on you, which I think is dope. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like it shows how much that they believed in you from like the jump. Too.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I be on TikTok and shit like that. I be previewing my music. Some songs will go up. Like I admit it's starting to go up on TikTok right now.
Right. And then we got the new joint. By the time people see this, comes out February 3rd. I think I got the date. February 3rd. Right?
Yes. That video, yes. I can't wait for y'all to see that. We worked real hard on that bitch. Like,
I got it. We're going to watch it after that. We're going to watch it after the interview because I got the link too. They gave me the link to check it out.
We going to watch that.
I want to see it.
Okay.
I didn't watch it yet.
I didn't see it either.
Oh, well, I have a link.
Fuck?
I have a link. I heard Chrisean rocks in it, right?
Huh?
Chrisean?
Yeah.
How'd that end up happening?
She had a hosting and she called me and she was like, shit, I'm ready to be, you gonna be in Baltimore New Year's? I'm like, shit, I can be, what's up? She like, all right, I want you to do this hosting with me. I'm like, all right, so I pulled up. That shit was lit. That shit was funny.
Okay, so it wasn't so much like she was in like the story for the video. It was just like y'all, they caught like a moment of y'all in the club.
Yeah, no, she called me before they went. Like she called me like a month before the hosting and she was like, I want you hosting me. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. That shit was lit though. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was cool.
That's fire. I'm glad that I'm sure like the video also shows like a positive side of her because I feel like there's so much going on in the news, but like it just probably gonna be good to like see like her and you having fun and just chilling.
Yeah, and we both from Baltimore, so I'm excited about that.
That's fire. And then also we got a record with Bag coming out in a couple months too. Mm-hmm. Exciting.
Hell yeah, that video hard. That video hard. I don't want to say too much, but that bitch is hard.
How did that was through the label or you
that
was to speak to Bag?
Yeah, that was through them. And yeah, I spoke to him when he was there. Yeah. That was through Boo and all them. But I spoke to him when he was there. He was cool as shit, supportive. I fuck with him because he definitely had to do that. You know, artists, they don't be doing everybody's song. Like, they'll hear some shit like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So the fact that he heard my shit and he wanted to do that, I was grateful for that.
Yeah, I think about like when, I think it was a long time ago, like I think it was my Yada Yada. He was like, oh yeah, I got like 75 inquiries to do features and shit like that, but I'm only going to do like 2 or 1 or some shit like that. And
that's
like,
how they be. And
I think about shit like that too, and it's like, people might see shit and people might be like, oh yeah, like he's doing the song where, but like that means a lot because like think about an artist like Bag, you know how many probably, everybody wants to do a song with Bag.
That's
right
a very successful artist, and you know how many inquiries they probably get.
Yeah.
Like what? That's I'm like, damn, I got a song with Bag. Doing something now I'm a rapper. For real.
So where do you hope to see yourself by the end of 2023? Like, what do you hope to accomplish this year?
2023, I just want to put out as much music as I can. Like, I just want to drop, be consistent. That's my biggest thing this year. Like, my biggest goal this year is to be consistent. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I just hope for the best, and I just want to keep putting out music for my fans.
Well, I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Because I see the vision, and I think like, from the music that's already out in the freestyle today, like I see great things happening for you.
Thank you.
I feel like this is your year.
I feel like it is too, but I don't want to jinx it. That's why I'm just
you gotta say it, but you gotta say it though.
Yeah.
You gotta say it though.
No,
You gotta say it though. And
I speak into existence because the tongue is powerful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I want to, before we leave, one thing. You're not Puerto Rican, right? I want to clear that up.
Okay, so my name Rican.
I'm Puerto Rican. That's why.
For real?
Yeah,
okay, do you want to know what the story where the name came from?
Of course.
Because I get this question all the time. So basically, my friend that died, rest in peace, Quan.
Rest in peace.
I did my very first song. That bitch still on SoundCloud. That's the only song I will say that I did before this that's still on SoundCloud.
So they can still find it.
Yes, but he passed. But he the first person to put me in the booth. Like I was like, I think I was like 13, 14. And I got in that bitch and I'm looking at him rap. I'm like, why the fuck is he screaming? Like, but I didn't know that you have to exaggerate, emphasize your words on the mic.
Right.
So I went in there, we did the song shit, and he said something like, call up Rican, she going woo woo woo. I'm like, who the fuck is Rican? He like, yeah, you look Puerto Rican. I'm like, oh, all right. So that's how it first got in my head, because he just said I look Puerto Rican, so he was just calling me Rican. Yeah, and then my other people just started coming, so I'm like, shit, Rican.
Rican.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm like, that's a good rap name.
Shit, you go to the island, you gonna fit right in.
Yeah, but my father's side, his whole side is Jamaican, and my mother's whole side is Salvadorian. So I am Hispanic. I'm just not specifically Puerto Rican. I'm Salvadorian.
But the Rican stuck.
And Jamaican, yes.
Yeah, the Rican stuck. That's a great story. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Well, it's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Make sure you go check out the new single that's out now. Freestyle is out now. Before we sign off, let the people know where they can follow you at. Anything else you want to let the fans know? Now's the time to do it. This camera right here.
You can follow me on Instagram, Rican and Menace, TikTok, Rican and Menace 1, Twitter, Rican and Menace 1, because the fake pages kept taking my name. Yeah, we on the radar with it.
There you go. Well, make sure you go follow her. Go run up the freestyle out now. Run up all the singles out now. Run up all the videos. If you find that record on SoundCloud, well, now if you know, you know. Show them some love. Go show us some support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time. Rican and Menace on the radar. We out. Boom.